Hey, good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Wow, week 14 in the National Football League, where they play for pay. Wayne, Wayne, what's up?
Yo,
Wayne, why we so pumped up this morning, man?
listen,
It's like
I'm
uh, I,
fired up this morning. You know, holiday is in the air. There's snow coming this week, a big storm for Jersey, and it's when they really the rubber meets the road in the NFL. And I'm so pumped up for today.
what,
This
what?
week, I'm more pumped up for this week. The last time I was just pumped up this season was opening week, man. I've been up early. I've been reading my notes. I'm ready to go, baby. Let's
Well,
go.
before we get to that, I know you were doing a lot of pre-draft eye
Yes.
work yesterday. You were watching a lot of games. You had games on tablet and on your TV.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And this morning I was up at the wee hours of the morning. Thank you for rising me up another day. And I've already broken down 5 games of Micah Parsons. Five
Well,
games broken down.
one thing, both my college team got demolished messing around with North Carolina yesterday, and it's been some whispers. It's like 5 teams going up there thinking about getting that coach up in Ann Arbor. You ain't got no words on that?
Good, because we ducked Ohio State. I know it's COVID and all that, but I feel like we ducked Ohio State a little bit. But hey, man, we ready for this NFL Sunday. As you can see, I got my Zeke jersey on because I've been Team Tank. But today, let's go Cowboys.
If you said
Let's
you said
get the
you
big.
said you said that's a Zeke jersey, how I know that's not a Julius Jones jersey?
I would take it off and show you the back if you like.
Well, look, Wayne, uh, week 14, man, and I know that this is usually the time you're pumped up.
I'm
But
pumped, man.
man, Wayne, three more regular season weeks, and then playoffs, and then
It's
we go
draft.
into our, we go into our extensive draft coverage, which will be interesting. But
It's gonna be very interesting. But let's get right into it, man. So we're gonna start out with the Cowboys going to Cincinnati today. A 3-9 team and a 2-9-1 team. And this is the battle for the third pick in the draft. Now I know some people are mocking Los Angeles to be in the 4 right now, the Chargers, but I think the Cowboys still are in the 4 slot. That doesn't matter. Today, I'm all Cowboys today. Andy Dalton returns to the place where he became a professional, and Zeke Elliott going back to Ohio. Um, we got some moving guys playing cornerback today. Like it sounds like a moving company. Smith and Robinson. Yeah. Savion, Glover, Smith, and Rashard, don't call me Reggie Robinson. It's going to be the corners for the Cowboys today. And you're going to have Jordan Lewis in the nickel. Um, I don't know why I'm picking the Cowboys today because we're still the worst defense in the league. But I like the Cowboys today.
um, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of with the overall thing of what we want Dallas to do, it seems like Dallas, and all of the letter networks will talk about Dallas tomorrow and say this and say that, but I just don't see Dallas being able to win. To be honest with you, with these cornerbacks, I know the quarterback for Cincinnati ain't worth a bag of shells, but honestly, Dallas can't stop a running game. So you know they're going to run Giovanni Bernard, North Carolina kid, up the middle, and they're going to throw it to these big receivers. They're going to test them corners. I mean, AJ Green is still on that roster.
T.
In
Higgins.
Dallas, you just never know. Dalton. I hate to say it. Some of the problems with Dallas is not on the field. It's the coaching. It's so many things that go wrong in Cowboy games that it's basically about who's the home team. So I'm gonna take the Bengals. I just think the Cowboys just don't have no more fight. They're giving up on the defensive coordinator. You could clearly see that it's an effort issue. Even the coaches is questioning effort. Players are questioning effort. It's hard for me to pick Dallas, and I just can't pick them on the road to do anything. You got Zeke complaining, talking about he had a hamstring all year.
Got a calf injury today, but he's going to play.
Yeah, then he likes to tap out all the time. He'll have 2, 3 good runs, Then he tapping his helmet. I just can't trust him. It's crazy is that I don't even trust them to beat the Bengals. I mean, they got flexed out. All these people making a big thing about, oh, they're embarrassed. I believe these players are not embarrassed. They're going to still get their Angus beef steaks when they go into restaurants down in Texas. So,
you know what's the crazy about the flex out? And, I'm going against Team Tank today. Let me just say why, because I don't want the 3 pick. If we lose to the Bengals, we locked in at 3, and they're going to take the offensive tackle, and I don't want the offensive tackle. I want your draft. But here's what I'll say about the flex out. NBC had to do it, but I'm telling you right now, NBC didn't want to do it. Because even the 3-win Cowboys is going to outrate Giants Browns. They're going to outrate them. In the ratings, they're going to outrate them. Cowboys 49ers, no matter how bad the teams are, it's going to get better ratings.
This is one of the things that they're smart with the NFL. What they'll do is they'll flex the Cowboys out of that 8 o'clock spot, but they're not stupid enough to put them in that 4:30 spot because they'll destroy their games of the week. Right. So they'll push them all the way back to 1 o'clock, which is smart because the 1 o'clock window is usually the window where everybody, coming from church, just settling in, doing all their running around before they really settle in. So it's going to be interesting. I just can't pick the Cowboys going forward.
All right, so I got Cowboys, you got Bengals. We move on to the next 1 o'clock game, and we'll come to East Rutherford, New Jersey. The Arizona Cardinals back on the East Coast again. Because they're coming back out on the East Coast again, early 1 o'clock game. Danny Jones is back. Danny Dimes. Jones is back. I like the Giants to win again and get to 6 and 7.
One of the
over the Cardinals.
One of the things that me and you do is that we talk every day about football, yes, and people may not realize that we talk about the Giants and their growth and their defensive coordinator. He got them guys playing well. The Giants may not be quote unquote the greatest talent when it comes to the big names, but they get after it. They're base 3-4, but last week when I seen them playing that nickel with them 4 linemen, they was destroying the offensive line last week. I saw Leonard Williams playing better than I seen him play since USC.
Right.
Their secondary, we discussed their secondary. The Giants' secondary is excellent. This is a very, very interesting game. A lot of people feel like Kyler Murray has been figured out. It's basically you basically just got to have a disciplined defense, and I give the Giants a chance. I'm gonna go with the Giants because they're home, because historically Arizona hasn't played traveling west, and this would be a big win for the Giants as an organization because a lot of people know the Giants have finished with a losing record for like the last 5-6 years. They're ahead of, as they say in football terms, they're ahead of schedule. So I really think a win and a division title for the Giants will be big for what they're trying to do. Judge is really a good quarterback, and then they get Danny Dimes back.
But listen, if the Giants win today, my timeline going to explode. Like, these Giant fans is ready to explode, man. It's good to see.
Cheers, they got every right to be.
Cheers to the Giant fans.
Big Blue.
But I will caution everyone, and I've been saying it for weeks, and it's not hate. Danny Jones has 6 career wins, and 4 of them against Washington. So you got to start showing that he could beat some teams other than Washington. Okay? That's it. That's all I'm saying.
All right. We good.
Next up is a very intriguing 1 o'clock game. I think it's a must-win for Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay must win this game, or else the wheels are really going to fall off. You got Minnesota coming down to Tampa Bay. 6-6 Minnesota versus 7-5 Tampa Bay. And I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the Vikings on the road. I think that chemistry in Tampa Bay is a mess. I don't think Arians knows how to run the offense for Tom Brady. And I think when you got Harris and Harrison Smith back there at them safety positions, it's going to be a long day in that Tampa Bay passing game. And I think Dalvin Cook will control this game with the running attack. I like the Vikings today.
One of the things that I noticed about Tampa Bay is, just like you said, Bruce likes to throw the ball down the field. And it's funny because now nobody is taking back all the things they said about Jameis Winston and interceptions, because Tom Brady leads the league in interceptions, or is right there with Carson Wentz. They 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, for those that don't know, is what you call a team that got so much talent, but you need an identity. You got to have identity in the NFL. You got to be a running team, which they got good running backs. Or you got to be a passing team. And with Tom Brady, as old as he is, and if you notice Tom Brady, what most people don't know is the last 8 years, the short passing game is his game.
That's his
He
game.
doesn't throw the ball downfield. And Bruce is forcing him to make these deep ins, deep outs. They throw the 9 route at least 2-3 times a quarter. I mean, and his arm eventually is getting tired, and you could clearly see that he's not comfortable doing it, and Bruce isn't actually comfortable. And it's crazy because nobody's saying who it is, but it's just basically a chemistry issue. It's the wrong mix, and sometimes that's what happens in NFL. NFL is probably the one league where it's more about chemistry than any other professional sport and fit. So I'm gonna take Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, I believe it took him about 2-3 weeks to get himself back together, got all his bearings together. But if you notice, Zimmer drafted these young DBs, and they struggled in the early season. And Minnesota is coming along, man. Minnesota is playing good football, and they're gonna be back at it next year. But Minnesota, people better watch out. If they get in them playoffs, they could become a problem because the problem is not Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, it's not. Next up, man, I wanna call this upset, but I don't have the courage to do it. I'll be honest, I don't have the courage to do it. You got Kansas City going to Miami.
Well, so you had the courage last week to call the Washington upset.
Yeah, no, not this week. I'm going with Kansas City to beat the Dolphins. I just think their offense, and it's a big spot for Tua against Chris Jones and Frank Clark and some guys that can get after him. So I think it's a tough day for Tua today. Patty Mahomes going to be Patty Mahomes, and I think the Chiefs win in Miami today.
I gotta go with Miami, D. And the reason why is because this is what I consider the ultimate matchup, strength on strength. Miami secondary, excellent secondary.
Yeah.
Kansas City's passing attack, probably haven't seen a better passing attack since the greatest show on turf. So what gives this game? What happens? Kansas City's defense, if they could rattle Tua, they probably win the game. But for some reason, something is missing in their defense. I don't know if Thornhill is still hurt or not. And I just don't trust their defense. Like their defense, for some reason, Spagnola's defense, they usually get better towards the end of the year. And they've been struggling with teams. So I'm interested to see what happens going down. But I got to take Miami because I just love their secondary, man.
Hey, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, those brothers is good. They're going to get the ultimate test today going up against the Cheetahs,
Yeah.
Hardman, and Kelsey. The safeties are going to have to play very well against Kelsey. But, yeah, I like the Chiefs. So we're going a lot of head up today. I like it. Our next 1 o'clock game is not much to talk about. You got 8-4 Tennessee Titans going up against the 1-11 Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, hey, man, they play tough. They're gritty, this, that, and third. They don't have anything for Derrick Henry today. The King runs wild today. I like the Titans big today.
I like the Titans, too. The Titans got to get back right. I don't know what's been going on the last 4 weeks, probably. They've been having some games. That thing that Baker Mayfield did to them last week was embarrassing. I mean, it's one thing to have a good game or get blown out, but they was destroyed in the first half. They kind of made it close to the end, but still, their will is kind of like really shaky right now, and they playing like, as they say, the perfect team at the perfect time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the Titans as well.
Sounds good. Next 1 o'clock game, another one that is not going to have a lot of attention nationally. You got Houston Texans going to Chicago and playing the Bears, a 4-18 versus a 5-17. I really like the way Texans have been playing under Romeo Cornell and this new defensive coordinator that they got. They're playing hard. They could have won last week. I know Deshaun Watson was very distraught at the end of the game because of the fumble snap. With all that said, I like Houston to take out Chicago today.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston as well. I just can't see Chicago. It's just I know my buddy Pat Seals and P. Grant get upset with me and Big Webb, but y'all just don't have a quarterback. And until y'all get a quarterback that can at least drive the bus, I will pick against y'all every week. I just don't trust y'all offense. Y'all just don't have nothing on offense that excite me from the quarterback position.
Yeah, man. A lot of Bears fans from where we're from. Patrick Capers, Terry Brown. You got a lot of Bears fans.
Yeah, so I got to go with Houston.
Yeah, with that said, I'm still going with the Texans. Love you all, but still going with the Texans. Our next 1:00 game, you got the battle of 4 and 8s. You got the Denver Broncos going to Carolina to face the Panthers. I like the Panthers. I like Teddy Bridgewater today. I like Matt Rule. I like Mike Davis running the ball. I like Carolina today.
Yeah, absolutely. Carolina, like I said, the record, that's one of them teams that we always talk about. You put me on the coach. You just cannot respect Denver. Just don't have none. I mean, Denver's one of those teams that one injury affect their whole organization, and with Von Miller getting hurt in preseason, it just destroyed their season from the door. It's like, where are they going? And it's crazy because you would think a team like Denver, they got some dark days ahead of them from a talent perspective, and I don't think that Carolina is going to lose at home. Carolina is one of those teams that they're basically last year's Miami Dolphins. Be very wary of Carolina next year. They might have everything put together once they get some more skill position players in place. So definitely take the Panthers.
Yeah, I like you saying that. I hear a lot of people saying that the Giants are last year's Miami Dolphins. I would agree with you. I think it's more Carolina. Next, we move to 4:00 action. 4:05 in Seattle. The 0-12 Jets against the 8-4 Seahawks. And I think the Seahawks are going to embarrass the Jets, especially off that disappointing performance that they had against the Giants last week. I think future stepdaddy, Sierra's husband, a.k.a. Russ going cook. I like Seattle big. I like Jamal Adams getting 2 sacks in this game today, too.
Seattle came back to a reality check. I think Seattle was riding on their high horse. I think DK Metcalf was going a little too far with thinking that he arrived as a wide receiver, and I think the Giants humbled them a lot. That's one of them losses that will probably make Seattle a better team going down the stretch. And there's no way that the Jets could beat them. I mean, I don't care if you bought Steve Largent them back and the Giants had Lawrence Telling and Carl Banks are there. The Jets had, I said the Giants. The Giants had Salam, Lyons, and Gastineau playing on their defensive line. The Jets can't win. Yeah. The Jets can't win. The Jets can't win. It'll probably be 28-0 by the end of the first quarter. There's no way they're gonna win. Jamal Adams is gonna have one of them games today where people are gonna be talking about he's the greatest safety that ever played. This is right in his wheelhouse because the Jets don't throw the ball deep, which is his weakness. And if they try to run, he's gonna get 2 sacks, strip fumbles. He's gonna be everywhere today. Expect an embarrassing game today. Expect the Jets to look really, 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 really bad up in Seattle.
Yeah. Next up, 4:05. The other 4:05. You have all right. Well, go ahead and answer that question before we get to the next 4:05 game.
Seattle don't play well, Julia, on the road. They never traditionally played well traveling east. And the Giants is a good team. I know that we all expect or seen the Giants struggle the last 5 or 6 years. But what happened 2 years ago, the Giants defense started drafting players. A lot of people didn't realize when they got Dexter Lawrence that a lot of people think that was a reach, but actually it wasn't a reach. He's a 2-down lineman, but actually when the Giants go to their nickel and they got Logan Ryans in the game, the Giants nickel defense is one of the best nickel defenses I've seen. Just pay attention today. When the Giants play nickel, look how good that defense looks.
Now I'm gonna say something, and I said it this week to a lot of people, and a lot of people thought I was crazy. If the Giants re-sign Logan Ryan, if the
You talking
Giants,
about Jamal Adams?
if the Giants re-sign Logan Ryan, I'm telling you, in the 2021 season, the New York Football Giants will have the best secondary in the NFC and maybe the league. Because you're gonna
Yeah,
have Ryan, you're
and
gonna have
Dwayne.
Bradbury, you're gonna have the rookie McKinney back and healthy, and you're gonna have Jabril Peppers. Now, I thought the Giants, even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I thought they were crazy for trading for trading Odell Beckham. But if you look at what they got back, Jabril Peppers been playing better than Landon Collins.
He's
Okay,
better.
they got draft capital. They just removed somebody that was a distraction off their team, and let it be no coincidence that the Cleveland Browns are playing the way they're playing right now without Beckham on the field. So the Giants, their defense, that young defensive coordinator, they're aggressive, they're hard hitting. They went in there, they beat Seattle with Colt McCoy. Let's not forget about that. So last week was not a fluke, but I think the Seahawks come back strong. I think Jamal Adams has a great game. I thought he was very diplomatic this week, and they wanted to ask him a lot of questions about Gase and all that stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
Seahawks big.
and then when you look at then when you if you want to compare the two New York football teams, look at what the Giants did last week. The Giants, it wasn't flashy or nothing like that. They just consistently ran the ball, even when times looked crazy. They ran the ball because they knew that Seattle's defense traditionally has always been a small, fast defense.
Right.
They can't stop the run. Seattle's defense is kind of borderline trash. They just got Jamal Adams and they got the two great linebackers. But they can't stop the run, so they can't keep these guards off of the linebackers, and they just don't have the secondary they used to have.
Yeah, Reed is not having the type of year I expected him to have at the defensive tackle position. They are struggling with the run a little bit. Surprising that Snacks Harrison can't get on the field for this team. Um, yeah, but enough on that.
Yeah,
Our next 405 is an intriguing matchup. We got the 8-4 Colts going to Las Vegas to face the 7-5 Raiders. Um, the Raiders have scored 30 points or more in 4 of their last 5 games. They had a miracle win last week because of the bungling New York Jets. With all that said, I like Frank Wright and his Colts to go to Las Vegas and take out the Raiders today.
I'm gonna
Big
go.
game for Jonathan Taylor today.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say something about this game. This is a playoff game.
Yeah.
This Colts Raiders game is a playoff game. The Raiders can't lose this game, and the Colts is still battling with Tennessee for that division.
Right.
This is a tough game. This is a tough game for the Raiders, but it could be very interesting. The Waller matchup with the linebackers because this kid, I'm gonna tell you something. I saw the Jimmy Graham, the Gronk when he was healthy, the Aaron Hernandez when he was alive and playing. But Waller is a slot receiver who just happened to be. He reminds me, and I'm not comparing him to him, but he reminds me of a bigger Shannon Sharp. That's how good he and fast he is. So it's going to be interesting how they match up with this defense that the Colts got. But I like the way that Phillips been playing. He's got familiarity with the Raiders and what the Raiders are doing. So I'm gonna take the Colts as well. But this is a playoff game. So if you happen to watch this game or catch this game, or you need a link for this game, contact me, inbox me. I just might have the link to this game. So giving out tidbits. I might be able to get you this game, but
Might be able to.
I'm gonna take the Colts.
All right. So we move to the 425 action. I'm a jump around because there's good games and there's not so good games. So
And
we'll
make sure
go.
y'all hit that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the heart. If you're on Facebook, hit the heart. Don't just hit the like. Make sure you share this. Make sure you comment too.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit on the 425 slate. We're gonna start Falcons 4-8, Chargers 3-9. Two teams that will be hiring a coach at the end of the year. I like the way Raheem Morris is working with the Falcons. I'm gonna take the Falcons over the Chargers today.
One of the things in this game, I never saw a coach have it all and blow it like this. Anthony Lynn, man, if you followed this guy's career, this was the opportunity of a lifetime when he became the coach of the Chargers. I mean, Anthony Lynn been around. He's from the tree. For those of y'all that don't know the tree, he's from the Parcells tree. Anthony Lynn been around a long time, running back coaches. He had his opportunity, and it's kind of like he blew it. I mean, the last 2 weeks has been, from a coaching standpoint, it's been a disgrace because he's been looking bad. Raheem has done a great job down in Atlanta since he's been the coach. I don't know. It's just Atlanta. Sometimes when you pick them, you can't trust them. But just for the sole purposes of what the long term effects on what this game means, I need Atlanta to win this game. And keep things going as planned.
Yes, sir. Another 425. You got the 9-3 Packers going to Detroit against the 5-7 Lions. Don't trust the Lions at all. I like Aaron Rodgers. I like Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, the kid with the hyphen in his name, Lazard. I think the Packers roll in Ford Field today.
He's back in the MVP hunt. That's all I'm going to say. Just when the media starts discounting him, the numbers that this guy puts up year in and year out, he's a bad man.
He is a bad man. Packers, yeah.
Plenty.
Another one. I know you said Colts Raiders a playoff game. I think this 425 is most definitely a playoff game. You got the Washington football team going to Arizona because remember, the 49ers can't play at home. So the Washington football team going to Arizona to face the San Francisco 49ers. And I am big on the Washington football team today. And that defense and Alex Smith's just going to do just enough. And Washington football team is going to hold serve with the New York Giants. And it's going to be a battle down the NFC East.
One of the things about being an NFC East fan is that you tend to look at your rivals a lot, and anybody that knows the biggest rival for the Dallas Cowboys has always been the Washington football team.
Always will be.
Alex Smith is somebody who I've liked even when he was at Utah. Anybody that know he was one of the first zone read quarterbacks that we've seen. That's Urban Meyer's offense, and he's not a big turnover guy. I know he had one game where he had 3 picks. But that's like uncommon for me. He could probably count on one hand how many games where he's had multiple turnovers. Alex Smith does just enough. The running backs are excellent out the backfield. The tight end is coming along if you've been watching. And that front five, and I say front five because they got a guy that's on the bench that comes in who may be in the Hall of Fame one day when Ryan Curtin out of Purdue. That front five, woo! I mean, they get after it, man, and it's only a matter of time before they get to your quarterback. And they don't just sack. When they sack, they get to the football and they hurt your quarterback.
You heard the audio from Mike Tomlin speaking to Chase Young. You'll know the impact that young man is having in his rookie year.
And when you have a 4 lineman who can get after it like that, you don't have to blitz. And this is what a lot of people don't understand is that the Washington football team is in the tops of the league in the secondary. And we know Darby's not that good. We know Landon Collins is a hitter. He's never been a cover guy. So I'm going to pick the Washington football team in a big win over the 49ers. I think they make Mullins look really bad. I don't think that they're going to try to I just don't think the 49ers ain't healthy.
Listen, the 49ers are going to try to run the ball, and Jonathan Allen and Payne in the middle of that defense, them Alabama boys, they're run stuffers, man. And you got Sweat, you got Young, you got Carrigan, you got decent linebackers. Jimmy Moreland in that secondary. Go James Madison Dukes. Number 20. He's getting a pick today. Write it down. That's your demo prediction. A pick for Jimmy Moreland. But our last 425 game, and what I believe is the ultimate setup to make a kid look bad. You got the Philadelphia Eagles turning to Jalen Hurts today, and they're doing it against a very damn good Saints defense. I think they want this kid to be embarrassed. I think they want to show, like, look, man, we got to go with Carson Wentz. This kid isn't ready. They are doing Jalen Hurts no favors today, starting him against the New Orleans Saints. I think he has a very terrible day because of it, and I like the Saints big over Philadelphia.
Saints big, and I just like I said that Jamal Adams gonna have a big game. Malcolm Jenkins gonna have a big game against them. Malcolm Jenkins will probably get a couple interceptions, may even get a pick six. He's gonna be all over the field. Their front four gets after with Cameron. The Saints quietly, and a lot of people may not want to admit it, the Saints is actually probably one of the best teams in the league, but it's doing it quietly. So we'll see how everything goes, and I got to pick the Saints as well.
Okay, we got two treats this week, prime time, Sunday, Monday. The Sunday night game, Pittsburgh goes to Buffalo. Pittsburgh's 11-1. They're coming off the loss against the Washington football team. They're going to Bills Mafia. Buffalo's 9-3. I'm all Buffalo. Steelers lose their second in a row. Josh Allen's playing very well. Secondary, everyone knows I love Tre'Davious White. He's my favorite corner out there right now in this league. I like Buffalo, and I like Buffalo to show the nation tonight that they're a team that you got to be reckoned with, and they're definitely a team that the Chiefs don't want to see. None of these top teams in the AFC want to see this Buffalo Bills team come playoff time. I like what Sean McDermott is doing up there. Listen, Buffalo, 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 big.
One of the things about the Steelers is that Steelers is such a good national team. They're one of the national teams that they got a big fan base, probably one of the biggest fan bases like the Packers, Giants, Cowboys, Raiders. So when you criticize the Steelers when they're undefeated, people look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. Me and you both have picked them last week to lose, and I'm picking them again. I'm picking them again to lose. I don't trust the Steelers. The Steelers, if you watch them, they don't run the football, which is a problem in the NFL. Buffalo don't run, but their quarterback runs enough where they get yards on the ground. And quietly has kept the best free agent pickup or trade this year has been Diggs. He has lightened it up. And if you look at Buffalo, what they did last week is they unleashed our old buddy Cole Beasley. And the Steelers, the injuries are piling up, man. What you call's not playing. Hayden might not play today because of a concussion. Then the backup middle linebacker, the other kid, Spillane, he might be out because of a knee. I just don't think the Steelers could beat them right now. I think the Steelers they're kind of tired when it comes from a game prep and game playing position. I think they got to run. You got to kind of save Ben and his arm. And I think sometimes with these coaches, they kind of overplay their hand when the team is hot. And if you can match up with them from a secondary standpoint, which Buffalo should be able to match up with them. I mean, Juju Schuster, for some reason, I thought he was going to be able to be the lead dog as a receiver, and he's got help. He can't be lead dog. Claypool is doing what rookies do. Rookies have great games, but from a consistency standpoint, he's not there yet, which he'll probably be there very soon with the next year or two. But I gotta pick Buffalo. Buffalo's listen, man. I know y'all a lot of us don't want to admit it. Quietly has kept their quarterback might be number 3 in the MVP race this year.
Yeah.
He's real deal.
He is.
He's real deal. And I never thought none. And I was a big Sam Darnold fan when they all came out. Darnold was my guy. But this Allen, he makes some throws that'll make you be like, what the? And he's nice on his feet. So
yeah, he is. So Monday Night Football, if you're still trying to get your holiday shopping done, tomorrow may be the night to do it because this is going to be a great game. This is the game I'm looking forward to this week. But the reason I say this may be the night to get your shopping done, these are the top 2 rushing teams in the league. This is going to be a fast-moving game because both teams want to run the ball and control the clock. I don't trust Baker Mayfield, but I do trust Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and I think Mayfield would do just enough. And I think the Browns will get to 10 wins, 10-3. I think they beat the Ravens at home. I like Cleveland to show the nation that they're real.
I know people may think I'm crazy when I say this because they just beat the team that I root for last week. Baltimore is trash, y'all. They like to run the ball. They like to play bully. They like to bully you. But if you can't bully them. If you can't get bullied at the defensive line, they'll beat you. You'll lose to them. You'll beat them. I mean, Myles Garrett quietly has kept since he's been back from COVID, been balling. He's good. Baltimore is just not that team they was last year. The secondary, they got good players. They're just a little suspect on the gun. So I expect Cleveland to do what they do: run the football, play action. If you look at stats, if you look at Baker Mayfield in play action, the guy is like low 80s, high 70s in completion percentage in play action, and that's his game. I don't think he's one of those traditional drop back, wing it quarterbacks. He's a play action quarterback. And one thing that since Odell has been gone is Cleveland spreads that ball around. They got 2 great tight ends, 2 great running backs. The receivers is excellent. I mean, their defense is a little shaky, but Baltimore can't throw the ball downfield. Lamar Jackson has not made the next part of his maturation, and it shows. I know a lot of us like to root for Lamar, MVP, and all that, but he's just not that good of a quarterback. He's an athlete, and he runs the ball. But if they can't run the ball and losing Yonder hurt them more than anything, you don't lose an all-pro lineman and think that this thing gonna just keep moving. So I think Cleveland beats them big, man. Prime time, I think Cleveland is gonna show everybody that they deserve this primetime game because like they got flex for that game against the Giants. I think they're going to prove that they deserve that game as well.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row in prime time for the Browns, man. That's big.
Man. And I know most of us have probably never seen the Browns prime time. I hate to say it, it's just the truth. I mean, I can't even remember when the Browns have ever been on NBC at night. I can tell you I remember the Browns being on ESPN because ESPN get those crazy games on Monday nights, but I never remember the Browns being
not since the days of Kevin Mack and Ernest Biner and Bernie Kosar.
Well, Deshaun, since you put your question up, I gotta say that you said unless Dwayne, I don't want you to say anything right here.
I'm drinking my tea.
My buddy Mikey said unless the Cowboys' run D is trash, the run game is strong even outside of Lamar. Mikey, the Cowboys' run defense is utterly garbage. Listen to me, Mikey. Garbage. The Cowboy run game is giving up damn near 200 yards a game. Their run game is so bad that their secondary is like 11th, I think, because nobody throws on them. Mikey, listen to me. The Cowboys' run defense is garbage. Trash. When waste management go to a restaurant and they put that contractor in and the worst thing is when you driving and you're in back of the garbage truck and you be like, "Ooh, what's that smell?" But you can't pass the garbage truck and you're behind the garbage truck for like 4 lights. That's the Cowboys defense in front of you. Garbage. Garbage.
Listen.
Dwayne is
That's the
trying to
Cowboys defense. They need a silent night. They need a holy night. Okay? But with that said, the Ravens got a good rushing attack. All right. It's gonna be interesting. It's going to be interesting, folks. Listen, we got a little bad news to report to you all. You know, unfortunately, we will not be having the 7:30 show tonight. Business precludes us from being able to do that. But hey, man, I may pop up live and I may throw it on the Let's Talk.
Yeah, if we do a show tonight, it might be remotely. If it's not at 7:30, it might be at halftime of the other game.
Maybe I have.
Um,
If not, I may pop up on live and just share it.
yeah,
Let's talk.
yeah,
We may do that.
yeah.
But hey, we're excited about today. My esteemed host needs to get his rest today, so I may not be able to bother him as much as I would like today. Hey, it's getting crunch time in this league, man. We getting in crunch time. Listen, I want everybody to stay safe, okay? You know, I was gonna start this show a certain way. Just bear with me for a second. Jesus. Hold on. Malfunction. Stay diligent, people. Continue to wear your mask. Now, I had some people question me. They said
Dwayne,
I
let me.
posted a picture on Facebook without my mask on. I took my mask off to eat and to take that damn picture. Other than that, got my mask on. Hey, the vaccine is coming. Some of y'all don't want to take it. I appreciate that. But let's be diligent. Let's finish 2020 strong. Wear your mask, wash your hands, use sanitizer. We want everybody to see 2020. We want everybody to be with us in these upcoming weeks because we got a lot of good stuff to give you leading into the playoffs. And wait till we do our playoff morning shows. It's going to be fun. And we want y'all around. So wear your mask.
Dwayne,
Your hands.
I have a bonus. I have a bonus question.
Yes. Wear your
It's from,
mask.
it's from me.
Yes.
The Cowboys defensive line.
What about it?
You tell me.
Well, I think today Giovanni Bernard runs wild. Okay. I don't know if Joe Mixon is healthy enough to play. Um, Listen, man, we got the law firm of Savion Glover Smith, the tap dance kid, is playing one corner. And Rashard, don't call me Reggie Robinson,
Not
is
Reggie
playing
Robinson. Rashard, don't call me Robinson a
Don't
third.
call me Reggie Robinson the third. So that's number 28 in your programs, number 32 in your programs, and they number one in somebody's heart. It ain't mine, okay? And you know, I'm listening to my holiday music. Little Boys to Men, Let It Snow. I would sing for y'all, but I ain't gonna destroy your Sunday morning. I want everybody to be elite today. Be elite. Enjoy NFL Sunday. Enjoy these holidays. Turn your tree on. Play some Christmas music. FaceTime somebody. Let somebody know you love them. Positive vibes only. It's NFL Sunday. We ready to go, baby. We ready to go. Team Tank, Cowboys, but we beat the Bengals today. And then back to Team Tank.
With that, y'all have a good one, man.
Yeah.
That snow coming, y'all.
Snow is coming Wednesday. Get your salt. Get your
The
scrapers,
Northeast is coming.
We supposed to get a foot of snow in Jersey on Wednesday. Be safe, be smart, be responsible, love on somebody today. It's NFL Sunday, y'all. I'm ready.
With that, y'all take it easy, be safe, and those 1 o'clock games are good. They're the pre
1 o'clock games. I'll be watching my man Scott Hanson on Red Zone, and I got that link that my boy gave me. So I'll be watching the Cowboys Bengal with that link. Y'all don't know nothing about that. We can't tell y'all too much about that because it'll go away. So enjoy. It's Sunday, y'all. Hey, listen, my big bro's coming to visit today. We lighting up some stuff outside for the holiday. Hey, I'm pumped up. I got an extra large tea that you saw me drinking when Mikey had the nerve to say something about our Dallas Cowboys defense, the worst defense in the history of the league. And you gonna say something about that?
Dwayne,
I love you, Mikey. I love you, but stop it.
Dwayne. They literally are one of the worst defense in the histories of the league. Y'all stay safe out there. You take it easy.